9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Have no fear, your timeless elite is here. It is Wednesday. You know what that means. It's Timeless Elite Wednesday. I'm the boss lady will be on, but I'm going to hold the keys until she gets on here. But it's really excited to be with you on this Wednesday. It's just one of those days where a lot of us are doing a lot of crazy things because we have obligations. We're dealing with our families. Of course, we have our animals to attend to and everything else. But we want to make sure that at least we have some of our people here on a Wednesday. But I'm just going to jump right ahead. If you pretty much watched NXT last night, you'll see the vignette of Blake Monroe, also formerly known as Mariah May. But I will say, because there has been a lot of talk in the social media world, especially in the IWC, or as I call them, the narcs of the world. A lot of people had mixed feelings about that. For me, I'm really happy to see her thrive because it was her dream to be in WWE. But it was really interesting watching it because Fightful actually did an interview earlier today because they were thinking it was much of a ripoff of like Timeless Toni Storm, my client, and then people saying about her name and all that stuff. But this is where your PR princess comes in, because I had to do a lot of digging and research on this. And people on the Monroe part, but people were kind of very weary on the Blake part. And yes, Boza, exactly. There was so much on that. And thank you, Cousin Ron, for joining in. Happy Hump Day. And animals do equal family. And speaking of women taking charge, we have our own boss lady in the building. Happy Wednesday.
Hey, is that your dog in the background?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that sound? I didn't know you had a dog. Well, what's up?
I got two dogs.
Oh, good Lord. I tried 2 dogs a week and I was like, yeah, we're not doing 2 dogs. That's good. But yeah, happy hump day to everybody in the family. What's going on? What are we talking about? What are we doing?
NXT. Apparently Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May, she had a vignette last night. Well, actually, first off, did you watch NXT?
I did not have a chance to watch NXT. No, not yet. It's on my after such an incredible Money in the Bank. It's kind of like it's the ebbs and flows of life. It's like, oh yes, I'm on top of everything. And then it's like, no, we have work for you to do. Darn work. So no, I did not get a chance to watch it.
No, that's fine, because I watched it today and I could really give a cruise on it. But we were talking about Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May, because she did a vignette last night, which actually took a turn a little bit. If you follow or know who Sabrina Carpenter is, it's kind of similar, and people do not know this. Sabrina Carpenter is one of her favorite musical artists, so I'm not surprised she took inspiration from that. But also, people had a lot of backlash on her name. I mean, as I call them, IWC, the narcs of the world. I did a lot of digging on this as the PR princess, and people do not know this. Blake actually came from her niece. That's why she took that name.
Gotcha.
And also really having that meaning. And also, it was a really cute vignette that she had. And also, she's going to be signing her contract next week, and she'll be officially on the NXT roster.
Yeah, definitely a congratulations to her. It's kind of crazy. I wonder if the trajectory of her career, like, I mean, it was just a big deal when she signed. I think I said this on Friday. It was just a big deal when she signed to AEW, but was the game plan always WWE? It seems like it was. And if there was conversation between like her and WWE as far as the trajectory or game plan, it's like, okay, my contract is going to be for AEW for 3 years. And now I'm going to, come to you guys. Like, I really wonder, as you guys kind of pick up, if you watch often enough, like, I love to see what's in the weeds. What's those discussions that we can't hear, which we'll probably never hear. Like, no, well, she might give the details, but I'm really curious as far as how that was all planned out.
Yeah, I'm very curious. And yeah, I'm just looking at the comments too from Sindel. What Courtney actually means Mariah May. No, you can't. To be fair, she said WWE was her end goal. I mean, they ticked about that when she was training in the UK when she was 19. She said that was her goal. That was her dream to be in WWE. I can't take that away from her.
I wonder how fake TK feels about that. Like, it's kind of like here y'all, another bad analogy. It's kind of like, you know, you're getting married, but the person you're getting married to, you know, in your heart of hearts is like the number 2 because the number 1 got away. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how like AEW feels like, because if the take away the politics and the money, and if you can wave your magic wand, if you were to ask like all these wrestlers, like, would the end goal, and I know, you know, Shotzi, I don't know if it's in the sheet. I know Shotzi did the interview and she was talking about how AEW is more appeasing to like her career and what she wants to do. But I wonder if you were to take a poll, like what the if it's majority of people would say still to this day, is it WWE? Because I know when I do interviews with some of the women, it's just kind of like, you know, the end goal is like, yes, this is WWE, but WWE comes with a whole bunch of conditions, travel schedule, et cetera, and that might not be how you want to like live. So I wonder if that's like if you're gonna take a poll with every single wrestler, indie, AEW, current WWE, a New Japan Pro, every single wrestler, what would be the percentage? Because now we know a little bit more behind the scenes. So
that's very curious, and especially because I know people want to say with Tony, but I feel like, and I said this many times, I feel like it's more than a Tony thing. I just wouldn't be shocked if it was somebody within that executive office circle that had something to say about it, because I feel like when you look at Tony, he's very approachable as a boss. Like, he's the one that's doing a lot of interviews. It's just who he surrounds himself with in that executive office. That's the thing I'm always very concerned about. So I don't know what happened in that. I'm not in the creative office. I don't know, but I would not be shocked if it happened between somebody in that executive team.
There it is. Speaking of somebody in the executive team, the man with the plan, the councilman, we are so grateful and happy that he is joining us today, because, you know, he has a lot of things to do and he's chosen to be with us. Councilman Will PHARAOH is in the building.
We were just starting off with NXT.
It's a fire NXT.
And yeah, we got a match that's set up for next week.
What y'all talking about before? What was it?
Blake Monroe, her vignette from last night, and she's gonna be on it for next week.
Y'all see how your boy got the vignettes going, right? I'm telling y'all, they be listening to us. I said that's what they need to do with, I was about to say her old name. That's what they needed to do. And they started doing it. I was like, there you go. That's how you do it. Don't know why Tony Khan wasn't doing it, but now they're doing it. And at first I wasn't sure about the name, but I like the reasoning behind it now. I like that she did it like for her niece and stuff like that. I was like, all right, that worked.
We can go with that.
Yeah, we'll roll with that. But yeah, my bad. But we still on NXT. Yeah.
Oh, looks like Ced's client is in there too.
Yeah, Lola Vice.
I don't know about that one. Man. Said say he feel bad for Jordan.
Don't mess with the juggernaut.
I don't know. That's gonna be quite the match, man. That's quite a hill for Lola to climb.
Well, I mean, the fact of her fight background might prove to be like what the equalizer of it all is. Like, Jess Jordan is powerful and she trains a lot and she has all the experience, but the equalizer might be Lola's, you know, fighting experience, like legit fighting experience, not like, oh, I can throw punches. I'm just, you know,
I'm rooting for her. I in all honesty, I would love to see this. I would love to see her advance to the Fatal 4-Way. But it's also just seeing this bracket. This is very difficult. This is an uneasy set of matches because none of these women can really afford to lose right now. And so it's just like I'm trying to figure out, okay, who's hot right now? Who is it they trying to strap the rocket to?
Mhm.
We just saw Lash out. So between Lash and Kaylani,
Oof.
Yeah.
Because
Wallace-
Kaylani just changed her look too. That means something.
yeah, and it's like this a rivalry that's heating up between these two, kind of like big bully little sister.
Mhm.
So it's hard to determine these two. But it's like Lash is just now on the solo run. So it's like, is that who you start going towards? And can you allow Kaylani to kind of sit behind? But also, too, Kaylani be killing it on shows.
Right. And hasn't she been sitting behind since she like dropped the championship too? Like she was on top and then not necessarily sitting behind, but it's like, when you lose, then you kind of start from the beginning. So it's like she's kind of been building up as well.
Yeah. And then you got Zarya and Izzy. Izzy has started to take control of the culling. She's really been able to come on her own, especially in socials. And it's like, as much as I like Zarya, I don't see Zarya being the one that goes to Evolution just yet.
Yeah, I don't think she's ready just yet.
No. And then Lola and Jordan, it's a toss-up because Jordan ain't too far from the NXT women's picture, but Lola has been cooking up.
Especially after her performance on Saturday.
Yeah. The easiest one that I know is going to be is between Zarya and Izzy and then Thea and Jada. Jada definitely beating Thea. Like that's definitely happening. But then it's like now if we go into a fatal four-way. So if I can ask y'all first, because I'm trying to figure out who gets to Evolution. Out of Lash and Kaylani, who y'all picking?
Lash.
Yeah, I think Lash has so much momentum, especially after the win she had last night. I don't want her momentum to be burned out yet. So I'm going to pick Lash moving forward.
Okay. And then Lola versus Jordan. Who you picking?
I think Jordan.
This is really hard because, as I mentioned, Lola did pick up a win on Saturday, and she is starting to heat up a bit. But I can't count out against the juggernaut, so I'm going to pick Jordan Grace.
Here's the only reason why I'm picking Lola. We're back on the timeline, and you need PC versus PC. And if I'm being honest, this is no disrespect to the champ. JC versus Jordan would not be a great match for Evolution. It is not an Evolution match. I'm sorry. It's not Evolution's match. And then Jordan, if they're going to keep it on JC, Jordan cannot take another loss at a PLE for the title. That's 3 So if you have Lola win, and even between Lash and Kaylani, I'm gonna still go with Kaylani. I can't ever bet against Kaylani, but I'm gonna go off of what y'all got. Lash is still PC. It got to be a PC girl versus a PC girl. So if we go Lash, Izzy, Jada, and then y'all say Jordan, who wins the fatal four-way?
Lash, Izzy,
Jada, Jordan. In a fatal four-way to become the number one contender. Who walks out?
I would say it's between Lash and Jordan.
I'm going to go with Lash.
Yeah.
The fact y'all just count Jada out like that, but all right.
It's not counting her out. It's just one of those things where I feel like she's cooking, but there's time for her. I feel like in the hierarchy of things, I feel like they've been putting Lash kind of in I feel like they're putting Lash is kind of, as far as main roster, out of those women, it'd be Lash and Jordan because of her tenure at TNA and you know how she came in and etc. But Lash is like where she is now from where she started. I think she's in a good place for them to put the rocket on her eventually. So I would have like Lash or Jordan in that one. I feel like Lola. I feel like Kehlani. Like they're there, but they're still like they can still kind of. If it was back in the day where you're like doing, oh, these people are in NXT and they're moving to the main roster. To me, it'd be Lash and Jordan moving to the main roster. Kehlani and Lola, like they're gonna come a little bit later, but they're not there just yet. And it's not as far as talent, it's just storyline, etc.
I see it, but I don't see it with Lash like y'all talking about. Like I think y'all still going off of the tag team rocket. We don't know what she's like as a single star just yet. And to be honest, I saw that match last night. It was not great. Ren Sinclair was carrying that match because even that finish, I was like, ooh, okay, Lash. We definitely still need some work singles run wise for you. And I saw that last night. So while the personality is there too, that's why I'm like, it's not as cut and dry for me as I see it. And then if we take like another route and you take out Jordan and put in Lola, if you got Lola, Izzy, Lash, and Jada, who are you going with?
Lash.
I just want to say I think it's very mature of TK to be picking her man's new woman like that. I think it's
oh my goodness.
God.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
After what that man did to you, and you're not taking it out.
Wow.
You a real one. That's why TK is a real one for that. TK. I ain't gonna lie though, man. I'm putting my money on Lola.
Ced would love to hear that. He's
he would.
I'm putting my money on Lola, man. If I'm talking about if there's anyone, because if you got to think about it too, Stephanie gone. Yeah. Who got the Latino crowd now?
Lola.
And with this AAA partnership too,
I could see her contribute a lot more in the future.
I think you're going to see a lot more of Lola around. And remember, she was one of the very few that was standing in that walkway and showing them when they announced that JC would be defending that Evolution.
Mm.
No, look, nobody's saying she didn't. She definitely carried that team. But again, that's a team. Remember, when Jay left the Usos, you remember them matches.
Mm-hmm.
That was not it. There is a transition you have when it's just you in a match coming from a tag team, and that's all you've been in. And we're just now getting Lash in matches single.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, especially for Evolution 2, and then also as well, we got to keep in mind, and then I'll ask this before we move to the next thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is it where we think JC's going to drop the title?
Because for NXT, it's the Great American Bash, then Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
When's their next PLE after that?
That's going to be, I think, Summer Heat. So that's probably going to be in August. That's going to be SummerSlam. So
I feel like there's going to be something that week Evolution. I feel like something's going to happen. Like something has I've changed wise, story wise. I feel like they need something big.
Mm-hmm.
So okay,
especially that weekend, whole weekend.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what are the chances JC drops the title?
I think it's a 10.
Courtney?
I'm gonna give a solid 7.
Y'all are wilding right now. Y'all are wilding. Y'all forget them 2 people sitting outside that ring with her.
Fallon Henley.
And Jasmine Nix. Y'all think that girl finna lose that title in 3? Like, you think she finna have a shorter run than Julia? Because think about it. Do y'all really think it's time for JC to go up?
No,
No,
I don't
no.
think we're in that era anymore where it's like you carry a title and you go up. I don't think we're in that era anymore, thankfully. I feel like when I'm with NXT, like it's a legitimate brand in itself. So the days of it's time for you to go up, like, because you also have, which they're doing now, you also have a moment where they go up with a storyline. It's almost like with Roxanne, they were teasing it. It's no longer you're up, your name's changed, here you go. Because that was more, this is Vince's, playground, and this is Triple H's playground. There's now more of a cohesiveness. So I don't think it's like, oh, she dropped, she goes up, because she can drop and then get it back.
No, I just mean in general. Like, do you think in general is JC ready to go up? Character wise, wrestling wise?
No.
And plus, I want to see more of like between Fallon and JC, because I know there's been a lot of hints in the PLEs, and I want to see that stir up just a little bit longer, because sooner or later Fallon's going to turn on JC. And
you need the Fallon and JC match for her to get the NXT title. So that's why So now, if you start to think about that, do you want Lash losing in Atlanta for the first title shot she get in her hometown?
No.
But could she be winning in Atlanta in her hometown?
There is that other side to it. But y'all, so I don't know. It's just it's a very interesting thing.
Because it's like, if she wins it, then it also creates, there's like two different storylines that are happening. Obviously, her and JC, but then JC within the team, her team, so it's just kind of like there's a couple more stories. That's what I really liked about Money in the Bank. It was like there's so many, with a loss or whatever, there spawned like 2 or 3 different stories. Like, I feel like they're really planning out what's going on. So I feel like if Lash were to win in her hometown, that's the one story. But there's automatically another story. It's not like, oh, I won, now let's give me another opponent. She already has an opponent. So I feel like there's something going on with that as well. So it's I see what you're saying, but I don't know, like Lash's story in itself, like I could see her being positioned like Jade has been positioned, as far as, former basketball player, started up at NXT, etc., etc. Like, I could see her being positioned mainstream media. And as we're seeing mainstream media wise, like that's, no offense to TKO or anything, but that's where they're going. That's who they're catering to. So, with Lash, just and her stature alone, there's so many factors that puts her in a good spot to win, and for them to leverage that to, say, here's the champion for NXT, mainstream media, the interviews, you could see her on Sherry Shepherd, all that stuff. So I feel like it might be a better play, but we'll see. I ain't writing for them, and I'm excited that they're so full of surprises.
Oh yeah. And I agree with you and see it, but they're not promoting that right now. You know who they are promoting though? Lola Vice. You know what they are heavy in? The Latina community. They pushing that on a lot.
Yeah, but that's where AAA and like there's so many different universes that are happening right now that, like, not saying that she can't do anything with NXT, and not saying she's not ready, but there's also another avenue like that she can be a champion somewhere else and then come. Like, there's so many different crossovers, and I don't know. I don't.
She can also be a Brit. She can also be a Brit. I'm just saying, like, this is the first time we've seen Lash Legend not in the back, and we got 3 weeks until Evolution. So 3 weeks for us to believe she's gonna get it, and we already got 2 weeks missing because you got to do these matches and the Fatal 4-Way. That's 2 weeks for y'all to get us behind her. Just throwing that out there. But I don't want to keep staying on the. I know you got a lot to talk about today. My bad, Courtney. I didn't mean to.
No, that's okay. No, that's fine. We wanted to get through NXT first, and of course, your client, the Ruler. Ooh, that was a train wreck.
Yeah, we'll see you in court, Jasper. We'll see you in court. know you're wrong for that, dog. You know you're wrong for that. Okay. So I told you, I invited you to the Big Back Barbecue, and and then the leader of the Big Back Coalition said no. You didn't have to do my dude like that. That was foul. That was foul.
That was a train wreck.
That was foul, man. You gonna throw that man into a car window and then throw him into the turnbuckle till it break, and you still lost.
Still the champ. He is still the champion.
The ruler, still ruling.
And also, we got to see Ricky Saints back attacking Ethan Page after his match against Shawn Legacy. That was a really good match between Legacy and Ethan Page. And also seeing Ricky back because there's still a lot of bad blood between him and All Ego. Still.
So can I ask you this, Courtney?
Mm-hmm.
If they what match do they need to end this? Like stipulation wise, everything, because of where they came from, where they are now, the way this is cooking up. If you could book me, what is the last chapter? What's the match that's gonna be the end all, like we had with CM Punk and Drew at Hell in a Cell? What do these two need?
I will say this: if NXT ain't gonna do Hell in a Cell, you got to give them a last man standing match. These guys cannot really, for the life of me, they cannot beat the crap out of each other. You might as well give them a last man standing match. Give them an end all be all. I mean, anything goes, no rules, no countouts. Let them fight all over the arena. Everything is legal, because with this animosity and the bad blood they have, and also Ricky's not cleared yet. He's not cleared. I would just give him a match. Just give him that match and just end it, because I'm curious what they're going to do with Ricky afterwards. So just give him a last man standing match.
TK, your thoughts?
I kind of almost want to go with what Courtney said. It makes sense, and it kind of puts a button on the story, and they can move on to something else. So yeah, Jeffrey's saying unsanctioned match.
That would be something.
I feel like that's where the writers would probably take it, is the unsanctioned. Just so it involves a pin. I like the I like the last man standing concept myself, because we ain't had it in a minute. The last one we had was with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And that
I thought Trick had a last man standing match on NXT.
Wait, who? Trick.
Did he? I think he did on TV. Trick Williams. I don't know against who though.
No, you might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, it was Trick, because I remember he was facing off against somebody.
Oh yeah, no, my bad. Because then Rhea Ripley and Raquel had one after that. Never mind, that wasn't the last match. You are right. No, I'm sorry. That's just the one that really stood out to me.
Oh,
I'll never forget. They was at 8, and Tommaso just dropped his feet and was still laying there on the stage, but technically his feet, he was standing at one. Oh, that's cold.
Yeah,
that's cold.
24.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Ricky Saints and Ethan Page.
Yeah, next week, we're gonna have a match. We're gonna get a little taste of TNA. Trick Williams, AJ Francis, Casey Navarro against Briggs, Inamura, and Elijah next week.
Okay.
Can I say I don't care? Is it okay?
It's okay. It's okay. You can say I don't care.
I don't know why that's not resonating with me. That's not.
It's real. It's not.
For some reason, that's not. That is definitely one of those. I know what you're trying to do. Just I don't know.
Jeffrey's agreeing with you. He don't care either.
He's like, oh, I don't care. Nah. Well,
I don't know. It ain't got nothing to do with Trick. It ain't got nothing to do with none of them in there. Just for some reason, it was just like, this did not grab me like it was supposed to. It definitely reminds me of one of those filler matches.
Well, something you will care about, we can talk about Raw what happened on Monday. Their client advancing, Queen of the Ring.
I mean, what y'all expect? How did y'all? Did you see the outcome happening
Well, I mean, I picked Roxanne to win.
Who'd you think was going to win?
Roxanne was the obvious choice because I can't think of anybody else. I mean,
come on now. My client walks in the room and takes everything. I know one thing though. Netflix, you got one more time. You got one more time. One more. You got one more time to go to commercial when my client comes out. One more. And you gonna get the angriest white man letter from me you have ever heard, you have ever seen. You see it's right here. Ready. Stop cutting my client entrance off and showing me these damn commercials to help your balls from stop swelling. And all these commercials of them playing frisbee that ain't got nothing to do with what the commercial is. I want to see that crap. Or that little Netflix original Tires. I don't care about that show. I want to see my client. Came here for my client. You gonna show me Kyrie Zane's entrance. No disrespect to Kyrie, because she is the pirate princess. But y'all know what I was here for.
Well, congratulations to her. She will be advancing. Sami Zayn also won for the men's side.
I'm actually happy for that. I'm actually glad I'm actually glad he won. Out of all of that match was a great match. I'm glad he got it. I would not mind seeing what comes to Sami Zayn. I'm not gonna say I want him to win because there's a lot of other people in there. Mm-hmm. But I was thoroughly happy for Sami to win that match.
Me too. I'm happy he won that match too. I was very happy, and you can see the crowd was very excited to see Sami win.
Can I ask y'all something though too? How do y'all feel about the new switch up though with the King of the Ring tournament, doing just fatal 4-ways, then the semifinals going head to head with Raw and SmackDown, then the finals? Because normally it'd be Raw on one side, SmackDown on one side, then the last go at it. How do y'all feel about that switch up now?
I wonder if this was like a TKO thing. Like a lot of the logistical changes, I wonder if it's not necessarily coming from WWE, but more of a, we feel like this is best for the brand financial wise.
Well, I know they weren't doing it this year, and then all of a sudden it came back. So I kind of feel like maybe Saudi Arabia had something to do with this.
It's
and maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember them putting out reports that they weren't going to do a King and Queen of the Ring this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also if you look at comparison from last year's format, it was just very cohesive. It's just like this year's format. It's like, oh, okay, we're just going to do brand, and maybe they want that star power for Saudi Arabia because we see the commercials, we see the promos kicking in. And speaking of Saudi Arabia, because we just got a match made for Night of Champions.
Mm-hmm. This is some bullshit. Only because y'all remember we made my timeline. Why this couldn't happen at Money in the Bank so my shit stay accurate. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all knew I had this for Money in the Bank. You gave me that stupid ass tag team match. Dang it.
Well, I mean, you had to have the having the tag team match and having R-Truth come back would have been as effective if it was CM Punk.
It'd have been effective if he won Money in the Bank like he should have, instead of that punk ass Seth Rollins. But I don't want to talk about it. I won't talk about it. That shit.
We talked all about it on Monday.
Now I see what they doing. They showed me something, and I know we're gonna talk about it in a little bit. They showed me something, and I'm gonna talk about it. But I
think Jeffrey kind of hit the nail on the head. I think
that's it. Yeah,
star
that's
power.
That's what we want. Because I already know Punk and John getting a fat check for this.
Mm-hmm.
They get a ridiculous check.
Yeah, because I still think they have, like, speaking of people that WWE has to satisfy. You have TKO, but then you have that deal that they have in Saudi. And remember that when the first time they went there, they were asking for every old school legend to be there. And so now I feel like they've kind of said, okay, we can't have, Hogan come there every time. Here's the people that we have. Here's the storylines. Here are the options. And I think, CM Punk and Cena was probably like the best option as far as overall. So they had to just make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like I said, that cohesiveness is thrown off because it's like, so Punk can just ain't Punk on Monday Night Raw. How you just go challenge the SmackDown champ? But I
don't.
I guess maybe somehow he became free agent. I don't know. I don't know how you write that, but I guess because he's CM Punk, he can do whatever he wants. But we already know what this is. This is gonna be a great match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match. I mean, I'm surprised because I know a couple years ago CM Punk had a lot to say about Saudi Arabia, but now it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a match with John.
Yeah, because he saw that check. That's why. What he also said when he came back, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Yeah. You know how that check is. Mm-hmm. I just don't like too though that it's in 2 weeks. Man, it's like, yo, y'all know how long y'all could have ran these interactions between Punk and John? And we only get 2 weeks of that? I was like, I guess. Okay. Especially for the last time? It's like, that's interesting. But it goes back to what I saw last night, though. I mean, Monday. I didn't figure something out.
Okay. Oh my goodness. And then after that, we saw a return last night. Bayley returned, attacking Becky Lynch.
We get my match. Bayley versus Becky. Well, hold on. Let me ask you this. I know it's going to happen at Evolution where that title going to get put on the line.
Mm-hmm.
But is it one-on-one or is it a triple threat match with Lyra?
I think if they really want to go all out for Evolution, I would say Bayley versus Becky one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And you just save that triple threat for SummerSlam. Because I think for this, because Evolution's in 3 weeks, and you better believe you need every single top female, every marquee match on that pay-per-view if you want to at least stand out.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, the reasoning, the supposed reason why we didn't get a second Evolution the year after it was ticket sales. It was ticket sales and people not watching, etc., which, some superstars said that wasn't the case. So
I still don't believe that because I know I checked that whole thing out.
Yeah, it was. They had a lot of star power. So I feel like now we're in a different era. Again, referring back to the people that they have to now go back and say, well, we want a third one. Well, why do you want a third one? So I feel like this Evolution is going to be very, and how they present it and the matches they have, and if it's ranking, if it's talking points on X, etc. Like if it's trending on X, all that's going to make a difference as far as if there's going to be a third one or this is going to be a one-off. Because I can't remember what show it was, but it was like maybe a week or two ago. It's like, yeah, isn't Evolution happening? And they just started promoting it, and we're 3 weeks away. Like, it's that's a telling sign. As far as that's not what they're promoting WrestleMania.
I mean, well, to be fair though, and it does suck too because Evolution is falling under this. It seems like TKO is making a lot of different changes of things and having folks having to pivot very quickly. And some of these things take L's, like just like how we got with Night of Champions. We just really found out about Night of Champions like maybe last month that this was happening. So now you have a packed summer of damn near 6 PLEs in the summertime, and that's including the Saturday night main events. So it's like, okay, we have all of these storylines we're creating, and y'all keep throwing other stuff in here. Because to be honest, Evolution 2 did not have to happen in July.
You could have had it happen in the
Devontae.
And also for me, looking at this from a PR and branding standpoint, because it just seems strategic wise, because I understand you want to put all these PLEs, but it's like, I don't know if it's very cohesive because there's just so much back to back to back. It's like there's not much of a timeline because it happens, everything pivots, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, you kind of need a breather and figure out what is there. Like, what do you need?
Because Night of Champions is the 28th, and then SummerSlam is the 3rd, ain't it? August 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, you got all of these, which lets me know Night of Champions may not be that good of a card.
Yeah.
Because it's like you got them flying all the way over there, then they got to come back and get ready for SummerSlam.
And if you look at August, SummerSlam, beginning of August, end of August, they got to go to Paris.
So the question is, with all these PLEs and these kind of changes, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. Do you think that WWE is catering to the fact? Like, I feel like the stories are great, but I feel like there's certain things that are just like the price point of tickets and, you know, all the little nuances. Do you think it's really being catered to, you know, the audience that, you know, essentially brought WWE to the dance, or it's just kind of like, okay, that's great, you guys are still going to be there regardless? And they're really trying to make this a worldwide thing where now people no longer, when they refer to WWE or aka WWF, they're no longer talking about China and Hulk Hogan. They're actually talking, they know who the champions are without even watching the program. Do you think that's what the ultimate goal for them is?
Yeah, I also think they're trying to make up for that money for getting rid of WWE Live.
Yeah.
Because they don't be on the road as much as they normally are anymore.
Yeah,
so,
not even close.
Nah, so I think they're trying to squeeze as many of these big PLEs in to make that money back. Because the last thing I heard about, because if you noticed how they don't talk about how they broke record gates and numbers anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Notice how stuff is not being sold out anymore? Very curious why that stopped.
Yeah, Money in the Bank, they did a shot. It was a quick shot. I don't know if it was the very beginning of it. You saw a bunch of empty seats.
And to be fair, because you had, and I will say, because my homeboy told me, getting from Kia to
SoFi
Inglewood and to get to SoFi was terrible. And no offense, that whole ice thing was definitely also a factor involved with that. So the people weren't able to get over to Inglewood as quickly as they could have.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then also too, another reason why it wasn't that they weren't those seats were empty too. SoFi uses facial recognition for your ticket. And that, like homeboy told me, it took him 45 minutes to get in.
Oh,
and he said,
God.
Yeah, he said he literally got to his seat when Naomi took the briefcase down.
Oh my goodness.
He missed the whole first match. He said he got there early, everything. He said, but because of the facial recognition to get in, he said that's what took the longest.
Yeah.
He was pissed.
So SoFi does that now?
No, Inuit don't. Inuit.
Oh yeah, because I know Inuit has Inuit is like cashless and it's just all
all of that stuff. And then of course, so you got hundreds and thousands of people trying to get in. It's like, yo, because my homeboy had said that, he was like, bro, like it was ridiculous. And then to TK's point, like we talked on the watch along, it's not easy to find your seat. It's not designed that way for you to be like, yo, go here. It'll take you right here. It's very advanced, but also very confusing if you haven't been there a couple of times.
Sounds like a IKEA situation. I don't want to be at, because IKEA, oh my God, no thank you. Never. Once I did it once and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Not doing it again.
Nah, like you can never get out. I was walking that. I know exactly what I wanted. I had the thing. I put the thing in there and I'm like, okay, I just want to leave. And I'm still walking. It's like, but I just want to go. I just want to go and pick it up. And 30 minutes later, I finally get out of the place and they're like, okay, well, you can wait here for another 20 minutes. But nah, just deliver it. I'm not. we're not doing this again. And I've never been back since. Like
They
it's just,
they design it to where you have to go through the store to get to the registers.
yeah,
It's
no.
like, y'all, that is evil genius right there. That is genius. Because I was like, why am I in the kitchen supply aisle? I don't need to be over here. And it was like, well, no, if you just make this left now, go down this hall and take this right, you'll see
now
the
you're
register.
now you're in the bedroom section, and now you're in the. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I was like, what? Like they turned that into a maze that really make you look at everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow.
Have not been back since.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I have, because I met one of the designers, the Inuit Dome, and he was telling me about it, and I was just kind of like, that does not sound. The SoFi was terrible too. I had left for Mania right before the main event match on night 2, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna leave now, and I'll be able to watch the match on the way home, and I'll be able actually to finish up the match when I got home, which is exactly what happened. However, it was the hardest thing to get out, because I guess I was the only person trying to leave before the main event, which is, if y'all know me, you know me. And I was just like, I just want to go. I just really want to go.
Yeah. Like we don't even park there. We'll park at a certain spot that we know, because I stay downtown, and then we'll take scooters to SoFi, because trying to do that and get out is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's tricky. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, WWE only did Evolution to begin with because Saudi Arabia wasn't allowing female wrestlers to appear on the show when they where to have the first one.
Yeah, but that was the first. No, they actually allowed female wrestlers the first one, but they were fully covered. But if you see now the last couple of Saudi shows, they're still covered, but remember when they did the first shows, they were like in t-shirts. It was like they're wearing their gear, they're fully covered, and they were in t-shirts. Now it's like they're fully covered, but it's gear. It's just leggings and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily know if that's I don't think that's the reason. There is a reason. I just don't think that's what it is. There is a because it was made mention. What was it? The top of the year, or was it the end of last year? It was floated out there, and then it was like floated again, and then it's like, yeah, what is this not happening? It didn't get on the WWE site until recently, so it's just kind of like it's weird. There has to be a reason.
Yeah. But I know we still got some more to talk about with Raw, but I know Dylan from the future got to get this preview ready for this old long ass AEW that they want to just drop out of nowhere like they did Night of Champions.
Why are they doing 4? Did they say, Courtney, what the reasoning is?
They didn't say they were doing 4. I don't know why, but
because they knew kayfabe was going live tonight, and fake TK want to fuck with me because I'm not a Jaguars fan no more.
It's not even training camp yet. Almost training camp, but
it's gonna be you and me, Tony Khan, when I see you in Jacksonville.
Well, next month is training camp. Well, now they're in mini camp, but next month is training camp. But yeah, AEW Dynamite. We're going to the movies for a summer blockbuster. At the top of the hour, yours truly, the Timeless Elite, will be doing her watch along. No, it's not CEO Wednesdays. It is Timeless Elite Wednesday. You hear that said? It is Timeless Elite Wednesday with yours truly. We got a trios match happening. The Hurt Syndicate and MJF. I don't know if they had the shades on, it would be like Men in Black if they had the shades, but that's fine. Taking on Commander, Kevin Knight. I'm gonna call him Speedball Mike Bailey.
You know his name. Don't do that. You know his name.
You can say it, not me.
That's Coke Ball Bailey right there, boy. Coke Ball Bailey gonna be in the building again. That's my guy right there.
Well, this is Councilman's favorite person. He's excited to see him. They will be in trios action against, well, I call them the Men in Black, the Hurt Syndicate. They just need the shades.
Also, Kevin Knight and Leon Slater is the same person. I'm not gonna let that slide. They're the same person.
Well,
Bravo
checks.
checks.
We should see on that. We're also gonna have Mystico.
Ooh.
I don't know why. He reminds me of like a Mexican version of Spider-Man with that mask, but that's a whole different story. It reminds me of that. But Mystico is making his return, obviously because of MJF, because MJF had a lot of words to say to him last week. So don't want to keep my fingers crossed. There may be a match between them next week when they head to Mexico. So we shall see what Mystico has to say about that. We're also going to have Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford taking on the team of Tay, Melo, and Anna Jay. Returning again. I don't know why. It's like Jawbreaker meets Mean Girls. If you've never seen the movie, if you've never seen the film Jawbreaker, please see it. It's a cult classic.
Okay.
Definitely see that.
Great movie.
It's a cult classic. But these four ladies are gonna battle it out, and I could tell it's gonna be a lot of mayhem with these four. We're also gonna have the Poison Spider, Teclia, taking on the Queen herself, Queen Aminata. And it's always good to see the Queen in action, and love seeing her on Dynamite. Ooh, 3 for 3 for women's matches. My client, the timeless one, the AEW Women's Champion, Marilyn Monroe, Toni Storm, taking on Julia Hart. And I'm going to call her Wednesday Addams because she reminds me of Wednesday Addams in a way. But Mercedes Moné is going to be on commentary. So she will be looking closely in that match. Who knows what she's going to have in commentary? Last week she had Jeffrey Tekla. Well, blame that on Excalibur. He said that last week. Blame that on Excalibur. But yeah, Mercedes Moné is going to be on commentary. We're also going to have my other client, Anthony Bowens, in action against the protostar Kyle Fletcher, the Aussie protostar. That is going to be fire. It's definitely going to cook. And of course, we're going to have Don Callis, probably Dr. Evil, be at ringside as well. So hopefully he'll do some commentary. Then we have this. Kenny Omega. And I don't know why. He reminds me a little bit of AEW's version of Captain America, taking on the Rainmaker. Well, it's a contract signing. Him, the Rainmaker, will have a contract signing because their match at All in Texas is official. So I could say this is going to be probably fireworks. And I was going to get this one, but they released this photo, and this is really cool. Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland.
Ooh.
Aerial Assassin taking on Static Shock. But these two are definitely having a rematch from last year's Forbidden Door, and definitely will be a lot more fire. You can catch all of this tonight on TBS and also simulcast on Max. And yours truly, top of the hour, will be doing a watch-along, a special 4-hour watch-along, because we will take you to the movies and also with the summer blockbuster. Is there any match in particular that stands out to you both that you would like to see tonight on AEW?
Who's Toni Storm having a match with again?
Julia Hart.
I feel like Ospreay and Strickland, they're gonna have a really great match. Yeah, I think that's the one I would like. Well, yeah, because even with the trios match, it's like, okay. No, Queen Aminata. Yeah, I think those two matches are the matches that I would want to see.
Well, you got any match in particular that stands out?
You know exactly the match.
Outside of that match. Outside of that.
I'd probably go with this one, Toni Storm and Julia Hart. I just think Julia Hart is fantastic in the ring. And I really hope after this whole like Mercedes and Tony thing, like they keep her in the title picture, man. I think she got a lot of potential that Not saying it's not being utilized, but she should definitely be the next one up. But I am looking a lot forward to outside of match wise. I want to see this contract signing with Kenny Omega and Okada tonight. Is that still happening tonight?
Yes, it's gonna happen tonight.
Yeah, so I'm interested.
They have
in seeing
4 hours. They can do everything tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of stuff. Surprised the Young Bucks ain't up there. Oh, but Sendil wrote something. Sendil wrote something to me that I wanted to bring up. Hold on, I gotta find it. This right here. Stole my shit. Y'all heard y'all see how John Cena stole my line to ruin wrestling even more? Stole my shit. Just because I called him White R-Truth, he gonna reverse it and say, you gonna steal my gimmick. Really, dude? Really? How long has R-Truth been out? Really? Like, you got there first, sir. Come on, man. Stole my shit. Trying to answer back. I know he watching.
You could say it's CEO, but it's my day. It's Timeless Elite Wednesday. But if you want to really do that, I'm inviting you over to my watch along. I want to stay 4 hours, but I welcome anybody to my watch along.
Said if you petty enough, start your own live and call it CEO.
I know, right?
If you
if she was that great, which is very ironic, how come she wasn't at the BET Awards, but Naomi and Jimmy were? I'm just saying.
Hold on, ain't she been there before though?
I don't know if she has. Boss Lady, you're on mute.
Oh, I think she's doing her. I think she calling her dog though. That's why she muted.
I don't think she has. Ariane Cameron was there. She was there.
She might have been there.
Maybe.
I mean,
she could have been there because she could have took the trip because Portland's right there. I mean,
to be fair though, a lot of us don't go to the BET Awards.
The BET Awards was cooking this year though. It was really good. I mean, I don't like crowds like that, especially if I'm not working. But from the people that I know who went, they said it's been better than most years. Most years have kind of been not good. I'm saying I go to stuff where I get paid to go. I don't try to be places where I have to spend money.
I watched that show. I will say this though, the show wasn't all that great, but to your point, TK, if to be there in the room, that did get better this year.
Okay, I mean that's that. Because there's times because I've been there. I used to go to a lot of that stuff, and I was like, "Yo, this is not the play. I don't want to be here."
Ghetto.
Yeah, it's like
it's the word. That was the word. I'll say it. Very good.
Bosa, I am a fan of CEDRIC. That's who I'm a fan of.
That was a smart play. That was a smart play right there. What else we got on the docket, Miss Timeless Elite?
Well, actually, we have some NWA news because this actually broke yesterday thanks to Deadline. Billy Corgan's NWA strikes streaming deal with Roku. This actually broke out courtesy of Deadline, where the deal will see matches airing on Roku's channel in the US, Canada, and Mexico starting on July 29th. It marks the first significant first-run deal of the association in more than 25 years. As I mentioned, the league, AWA, was originally founded in 1948 and is currently leagued by Billy Corgan, who bought it in 2017. If you don't know who he is, he's the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins and a big wrestling fan. And that move will see NWA matches streaming for free every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Thoughts on this? Because this is a really good opportunity for NWA.
The Roku deal. Roku's good, but I thought that Roku is kind of one of those things where you apply for and they give you like the okay or not okay, and then you upload your stuff. Am I incorrect in that summation?
I think they're changing their stuff though. I think they are, because I've been seeing a couple of new things Roku been releasing out as far as their channel go. I think they're making a pivot to a lot of different things. So I think they are trying to get like original content. I think they're trying to like make a play like how you have like with Tubi, Netflix, and them. So I have been seeing like some change and then announcements and stuff for them.
Like it's not like a shady thing. I'm just like, yes, it's great to be on another platform. I'm just wondering if that's the same, because I know podcasts are on Roku. So I'm just kind of wondering if it's the same, or if this is a different version, because I don't watch Roku, so I don't even have it. So I'm just kind of just wondering.
Oh, it might be. I know I've started, like I said, I just seen some stuff like popping up on the side because I have like a Roku TV. So I've been seeing some pop up on the side channel wise. I was like, oh, I didn't know y'all had this or that this was playing. So it seems like they're starting to like add to their catalog with everything. So I don't know if they've gotten some kind of new deal or if something's a little bit more in the play to where they can start getting these things.
Yeah. NWA though is a show that I wish I had time for. Like, because when I see social media with Tiffany Nueves, etc., it's just kind of like, damn, like I wish I had time to like squeeze that. Like NWA is one of those shows that's like, man, I wanna keep up and actually watch it. It's just time wise, it's just not a good look for me. But I like everything that they're doing.
Gotcha.
This is a good opportunity for NWA, especially if you're into Roku, and really interesting to see. And Netflix, because we're on the topic of wrestling, on Netflix with Raw. Netflix is in early development on the drama series Tuesday Night Titans, set in the high stakes world of professional wrestling, from creator and writer Michael Tarley, who executive produced it alongside John M. Chu and Caitlin Fotio. I'm reading from Deadline here, where this is going to be set in the spectacle-driven world of professional wrestling. Follows a tenacious writer who risks her career in the big leagues to recruit her estranged childhood best friend, a jobber wrestler in the indies, to join the same behemoth company they idolized in their youth. Their destinies become entangled as they battle personal demons, ruthless colleagues, and their complicated history in an industry where kayfabe, wrestling stage reality, isn't confined to the ring, but bleeds into every aspect of their lives. Netflix declined to comment, but this is a developing story that's going to happen. But very interesting. It's going to pop up on Netflix in the future, and there will be a lot more developing in this story that'll be happening.
I wonder why Netflix declined to comment.
I'm curious, do they have who involved in it? Like, is this from a Hollywood standpoint, or do you have actual like wrestlers involved in this? So I think that's going to be very interesting with what you just described, because this could either be very Hollywood, where we're like, that would not have happened, or where you start to get it to where you're doing it correctly. So that's why I also think why they didn't comment, because it's like, okay, let's see who really got a hold of this first before I get excited about it.
Yeah, because it doesn't give much. It just says it arrives following Netflix multi-dollar billion deal with WWE. Also, I hope I say the last name right, Tarley was previously a writer for WWE Monday Night Raw, giving him firsthand insight into the world of wrestling.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes.
We shall see with that. And also, because we were just talking about Revolution, we got to talk about Booker T. And Booker T had some interesting excitement for the upcoming all-women's PLE event, Evolution 2. He's stating that the WWE women's roster is so talented that the show may need to be expanded. He notes it might have to be a 2-night event because we got that much talent. No.
Just do 8 matches. Just do 8 matches in one night. I know y'all done dropped down to 5. You can do 8.
It's too much to do.
Yeah,
2
no.
nights.
It's not enough.
It's not even it's not even too much. It's one of those things where it's like, we got 2 nights. We had 2 nights in Mania. That's going well. We have 2 nights in SummerSlam. Okay, we'll try that. I just feel like it's not necessary. Yes, we have the talent, but then do we spread the 2 nights and then, you know, we're adding in stories that don't necessarily make sense and the dream matches and stuff like that. I just feel like, and it's only, this is only the second one. And when was the first one? Was it actually get Evolution on a yearly schedule where we're actually promoting it at least 3 to 6 months in advance? And let's get to that point first before we get to 2 months. Like, yes, we have the talent. There's the women's roster, period, is crazy. Especially now we have AAA, we have TNA, we have NXT, we have all the brands. However, like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like another bad analogy. Like, the ice cream is so good, but you should just have like that cup. You don't need to have the whole tub. Just like you can have a little bit at a time. It's okay.
No, that's a great analogy. Because if you do it too much, if you eat it too much, then it don't taste the same, or it's not as special of a flavor that you like to eat. And then you kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't have too much of this. So that was actually a great analogy.
Look, yay, 1 in like 7 years.
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah,
and the stories won't be memorable because you want to make sure the stories are spot on and memorable. You don't want to kind of like.
And then you take away the glamour of it, you know, no pun intended, but you take it away from these ones that are 2 nights. Like SummerSlam is a big PLE. So that's dope that it's 2 nights. WrestleMania is great that it's 2 nights. But now you start making everything 2 nights. And it's like, okay, so why do I need to pay thousands of dollars to go to WrestleMania when I can go to something else that's going to be 2 nights anyway?
Yeah, I don't think it should be. The 2 nights, the 2 nights would be like okay, like monetary wise, you know, for the. I think, and now I'm actually curious too, as far as, you know, teaming up with the cities and how like WWE impacts tourism, like, you know, the reasons that they're going back to Vegas and what that check looked like. Like you saw all when you went to Vegas, you saw all the like installations on the billboards and all that stuff, like how much that costs and the breakdown of that. Like, I wonder now, like the 2 night thing is more for tourism for the cities. So
I can tell you this now. My homeboy's uncle has 4 Airbnb spots in Vegas. When that dude made $150,000 in 1 weekend. I'm sorry, 1 week. 1 week. $150,000.
Crazy. And he about to make it again. He's probably doubling up the prices now.
Yep. That was, I couldn't believe that, yo. 4 properties booked for the entire week, $150,000. He said that was the easiest money I've ever made.
That is crazy.
Imagine what the hotels made and like all the installations, like the palms where we were at by the pool, how much they made, and because now you have a captivated audience for how long was that? 3.5, 4 hours. You have a captivated audience that is not going anywhere for 3.5, 4 hours, right?
And then a lot of dispensaries ran out of their products in Vegas. Like, there were a lot of ones that were like, yo, no, I'm sorry, we don't have nothing. We are literally sold out. So we see what WrestleMania brings to the table. But did we talk about it? Have we talked about it yet?
What?
4 letters, 1 word.
Oh yeah, Monday. Oh. Actually, hold up. Do I have a slide up here? I think I do.
Oh man.
Yeah, Britt, this one.
Oh. So you know what? You know what? This is what happens. This is what let me know WWE is petty as fuck. Because they was like, okay, y'all want to keep trying to tell us what to do? Bet. This is cause and effect. All right, y'all want truth back? Bet. Take the strap off of Jay tomorrow.
How many days has it been?
At least I want to say close to 40.
Oh, Christian's saying 51.
Oh, 51.
I say it was close. It was. I know it was in up there. I think it is 51. But y'all, hey, but you know what though? Also, they talking about he's supposed to be getting back with his brother in the tag team, which is just very funny. Won't get into that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like we already built him up so much that we let him have the strap for 51 days.
Nah, you know why? I have a whole thing of this. I have a whole thing of this. Jay became champ at the wrong time. Jey Uso is champ at the wrong time. Do you see how many people are around right now? The problem is you have to build Jay into a champion, and they do not have time for that. So personality, he got it. Match-wise, his match, like a lot of people say his matches are very underwhelming. And it starts to be shown. So it's like, yo, like, and then right now you have John Cena, you have CM Punk, you have Seth Rollins, you have Gunther, you have all of these top tier stars, and you have Jey Uso, who's in that bracket, but he's not in the top 10 percentile. He's top tier. I'm never gonna say he's not, but he still has to get where if you're putting him toward him and a Cody Rhodes right here, which one are you choosing as overall?
Right.
Jay just ain't there yet. And because of how much the TKO is doing right now, with all of these PLEs, with all this stuff coming back, with all of these other superstars that's coming in, it's just not the right time for him just yet. But it also showed me something of what's about to happen. R-Truth is going to beat John Cena for the title. John Cena is going to lose the title to Ron Killings, and he is going to then go face Gunther and become world heavyweight champion and become 18-time champion before he retires. Because what's the reason to put it back on Gunther?
Goldberg.
That's one time. That's one match. And to be honest, his retirement match could have just been him and Gunther with everything he's already said. A title did not have to be on the line for that.
No.
So that lets me know you're setting up for something else. Because what has John been asking for? Real competition. What better competition than Gunther? And with the way Ron Killings got it right now, because that's the thing that sucks for Jay right now. Ron just coffee mania'd him. And they about to ride that wave. And that's why you put your head down, TK, because you see it. They about to ride that wave. Because I'll tell you, if they put him as the last entrant for the King of the Ring,
watch out.
Because think about what John said. John was like, you will never see me deal with him again. He will never get another match with me again. That is done. Why implicate all of that?
Right, especially what happened during Money in the Bank. Like you like, what's the payback? There has to be a get back.
And let's face it, if it ain't CM Punk at SummerSlam now,
and it also seems like you did all of this because we were this is after you left, Councilman. You did all of this, he put out the tweet. Everybody was, upset, all the stuff. He comes back, people are cheering. So clearly it was a work, right? You did all this, and like there hasn't been, like, that was a small payoff, but there has to be more. Like, you can't just leave it at that. You can't be like, all right, well, I'm Ron Killings now, let me cut my hair off. And it's like, all right, cool. Thanks. We'll see you in 6 months. Like that's underwhelming. There has to be some payoff with that.
Yep. Because the only one, if you look at this entire bracket, the only one that makes sense that could win King of the Ring is Cody Rhodes. That's it. That's the only other person that you could see them let headline SummerSlam. I also think that too. Little special little nobodies. I ain't gonna lie. I think this R-Truth last run. I think he may also retire too.
You
I
think
wouldn't be
so?
surprised.
I think that's why they doing this.
I mean, I think R-Truth has a good, like, his pace is pretty good. It's like he has a run, and then you don't see him for months, and then he pops up, he does a couple things, and then he goes away. I feel like whatever his contract is for what he does, and they allow him to do his music and other things, it's just kind of like, it's why would you retire? He's like in the best shape. I remember when I interviewed him maybe like 4 years ago, he just stopped drinking soda and junk food. And like he's like in his 50s, and he looked like he's like Benjamin buttoning his life now. Like he's in the best shape. Like clearly his body's intact in order to have these matches. Why retire? Like it's the fine balance where it's like, I do this, I let my body recoup, and I can come back and go again. So I don't think this is his retirement tour. I feel like this is, I feel like this might be his last you on top of the hill, and now you're gonna be the R-Truth of the last maybe 5 or 6 years, where we'll see you, you'll come and go, and you'll do your spots here. But I think this might be the last go round where like you can be a champion, you could like there's gonna be a storyline just for you. I think this might be the last time.
There's never been a better time of him being so close to being WWE champion. You see how many people held that title? And then especially if you allowing Jay to only have 51, what is it for R-Truth to not hold that title for 51 days? Just to be in the history books. But then I'll ask y'all this, with the King of the Ring, do you want to see it be Cena and Cody at SummerSlam? The way y'all made them faces.
It's not that I don't want it. I understand because they want to build up SummerSlam as a marquee matchup. Because outside of Cody, because I'm looking at the men's one, it's like you have Randy there. You already faced Randy. Yep. Then we don't know who's going to take the last spot for King of the Ring.
Exactly.
And then Sammy, it looks like he's going to be feuding with Karrion Kross, because it looks like him, the two of them. So it's like, outside of that, who else can challenge John in the men's?
Those are the only two I'm seeing out of that entire bracket. Those are the only two that I see where you're going to get a crowd pop for SummerSlam. It's either Ron Killings or Cody Rhodes. And to be honest, I could see Cody Rhodes laying down for R-Truth. If anybody will say, yo, let it happen, Cody Rhodes would do it. Cody Raheem Rhodes, I need you. I need you to do it for the cookout.
Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Let this
summertime is here.
Because again, Cody can be King of the Ring anytime.
Yeah.
To have Ron Killings be King of the Ring and go to SummerSlam.
Yeah, no, it makes that's like I was saying, it's like this is probably his last hurrah as far as being the story. So this would be the time.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Especially after that promo that he did on Monday with Ron. And it's funny, his promo from TNA days is popping up like now on socials. It's now popping up.
Yep. People need to know. People need to know, like, yo, there is a difference between these two.
Oh, boss lady's on a call. That's why she had to leave. Just a few more stories before we get out of here. Cedric Alexander, well, before he gets into Ashe at the end of this month, Cedric Alexander is going to make his Defy debut this Friday. Just a little background about Defy, if you don't know what it is. It's a indie wrestling promotion up in the Pacific Northwest, where a lot of familiar faces that you've seen, such as Brody, Darby Allin, Swerve Strickland, Nick Wayne, along with many others. And we'll just want to get your thoughts on Cedric Alexander making his debut. Know he's going to be at Ashe at the end of this month, but just seeing Cedric Alexander pop here and there in the independent world.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. No, I'm always glad to see Cedric Alexander doing this thing. That's the thing with like a lot of these WWE superstars, like where you can sometimes understand the release and sometimes you may not understand it. The one thing that I always want to see is these people succeed in their dreams. I always want to see them exceed in their dreams and keep doing their stuff. So to see him still being out there, because it isn't like Cedric can't go. Cedric still can't do his thing. So just to see it like, hey, you already doing it at Ashe, now you going to Defy, bro. Just keep shining, man. Same thing to all the rest of those folks that ain't in the E no more. Same thing like with a Shotzi, Elena Black, all of y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. Keep showing these people why you were signed to the WWE and keep showing why one day you'll be back in there. So shout out to him. Glad to see it. I hope the Defy crowd gives him the energy he deserves. Whether it's face or heel, give him the energy that he deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to see Cedric Alexander. He's putting the work in, everything else. Shout out to him. Also, shout out to another person because he was at the Padres game. This guy right here, Dirty Don. Listen, I got nothing against him. I'm going to say this on here. Sir, you are not the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
We're not going to do that. That's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. Not going to spread those lies. Greatest right here. That guy.
He's not the greatest Intercontinental Champion.
Who is? Who is then? Who is to you?
You already know who it is.
Oh, who's greater than Dom?
Don't make me say it.
Oh, please let me know.
Jericho.
I'm gonna take this down, not you. I meant to take this down.
Oh my goodness. No, you had your intention.
No, I meant to take that one down so I can do this.
Oh my goodness.
The greatest luchador, the greatest heel of all time, the greatest Mysterio, the greatest like he's just the greatest. Like I know John Cena's the GOAT, then there's God mode, then there's the greatest. Like if you making the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers today, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Dominic Mysterio. Because he needs two spaces.
What did I just walk into?
I'm just going over how Dominic Mysterio is probably the greatest wrestler right now in the industry. Just like every day he wakes up and he pisses greatness. And
I agree, Jeffrey. This is what's happening. Okay.
I'm just asking y'all to prove me wrong. Always on TV.
Two spaces. Two spaces.
Okay, got toothpastes, toilet paper. He got a wife, a side chick, and a girlfriend. This man is living the dream. Even the Padres said he is the greatest IC champion of all time.
I don't believe that.
Mysterio.
I don't believe that.
The Padres even said it. Look, listen, y'all can live in the delusion y'all want to. I'm just talking about how we live in the real world, and we acknowledge that Dominic Mysterio is just the greatest IC champion of all time.
All right.
I don't believe it.
Who better? Jericho? Name me Jericho best IC match.
I can't say the guy's name. I can't say it on here. He's not allowed here. The man won it 9 times.
I mean, listen. I've went to the bathroom 9 times in a day. Does that make me the greatest pooper of all time?
Wait, what? You count every time you go to the bathroom?
Oh my goodness.
First of all, I didn't say that, so I don't know why you just threw that context out there like that. I didn't say that. I said in a day, once in a day. Like it happened one time, not all the time. I would think I'd have a problem then. But just because you win it a whole bunch of times. Again, y'all say Charlotte done won it 14 times. Y'all don't say she the greatest of all time.
Oh my goodness.
Just saying, y'all. One day y'all gonna learn to accept the greatness that is Dominic Mysterio. If I could have a son that is 1/3 of the man that Dominic Mysterio is, then I feel like I have been blessed by the Lord himself.
Oh
my goodness.
Mustache, mullet. The man brought chicken nuggets back. When the last time you even thought about chicken nuggets? Grown ass men getting chicken nuggets. All right, the tendies. You want to know how great he is? I got tendies right here, right here, just sitting here. Tendies just sitting right here. Why? Because of that man right there. That man right there. Greatest IC champion of all time.
I disagree.
There it is.
Blessed Octagon Jr. with a match and Money in the Bank was just like, you got a match. I'm putting my title on the line at a PLE. Jericho ain't never done that. He don't have that juice.
Oh my goodness.
He don't have that juice.
In times like this, Courtney, it's just best to let people their own devices. And also that you have to be at another gig in 20 minutes.
That's also true. It's 4 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and wind this down a little bit. Sorry. Yeah. You got 4 hours to go.
We're just I need my energy level up. But also one more story today. 10 years ago today, Dusty Rhodes passed away. It's been 10 years since we lost the American Dream. Yeah, 10.
Damn, it feel like longer than that.
Yeah.
Wait, what year was that? I mean, obviously.
Man, it feel like so long ago.
Was that? Okay.
Cousin Ron, you probably had this
week.
Don't do that. You probably had something today. You done dipped it in sauce and everything. Don't do that.
10 years is a long time. It's kind of weird. It's weird. It's I mean, the good news, he's left like such a trail of people he's affected in a good way, and some people have some great stories. So I guess maybe that's why it doesn't feel so long ago, because people reference him and there are times with him. I mean, I believe Becky talked about him in her book. I know Becky for sure. I'm not so sure if it's Saraya. But it's like, it seems like when people talk about their time, they reference him, so it doesn't seem that long ago.
Yeah, our tribal chief. We wouldn't have really got the Roman Reigns we have if it wasn't for Dusty saying that's gonna be the guy. Seth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Cousin Ron, what are nuggies made out of?
Leftover chicken tacos. Okay.
So you just added lettuce and tomatoes because it's still chicken and bread. And guess what? Tacos are fried. So you technically had chicken nuggets with lettuce and tomatoes. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, supposedly you're correct. I think it's time to say bye-bye, Courtney.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
I'll sit for 3 hours with this. I'll sit here all day and talk about how he's the greatest.
No, because no, I can't do it. Not today.
We need to sign off. You got 4 hours. You got to go do. You need to load up, get some energy drink, get your stuff ready. You got a assignment coming up.
I do.
And shout out to you though for even coming do this before the 4 hour one, man. Please give Courtney her flowers. If you're doing the watch along with her, please give her flowers in the comments, man, because that is no easy feat.
Got to make sure they get a preview for the show.
Yeah.
But think we lost Boss Lady for a minute, but Councilman, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Mr. Iguana Stan on all social medias and stuff. Push Mr. Iguana to the moon. He has impacted all of us with his energy. And you can always find me on Twitch and YouTube at Don't Touch My Nuckies.
The people can find me at the top of the hour for Summer Blockbuster because we're going to the movies. We're going to have that. And I still stand. Dominic Mysterio is not the greatest IC champion of all time. I stand what I said. It's Timeless Elite Wednesday, not CEO Wednesdays. I don't care. I stand what I said. But in all seriousness, the people can follow me on my socials on @CourtneyNJ11. Feel free to check out all the content that I have lined up for you in the coming days. Also, I have to give a shout out to iDrink. They are one of the brands in partnership with AEW. Thank you for sending here the people here at WWT Live. I will make sure I put a post on that this week. But thank you all for joining. Shout outs to Cousin Ron, Jeffrey, Boza, even our wonderful mayor was in the chat, Sindel. You guys, thank you to all of you for being in the chat tonight. We will see you over at Timeless Elite Wednesdays, and thanks for joining with us on Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a good evening, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.